Stop everything for a moment and take a breath, because what you are about to hear could influence your financial situation in a very real way. A major update has just emerged across the United Kingdom, and if you receive pension credit, personal independence payment, or you are considering applying for either of these forms of support, this is information you simply cannot afford to overlook. The rules surrounding these benefits are shifting, and for thousands of people, these changes may result in increased support, reduced payments, or in some cases, the complete loss of entitlement, depending on what actions are taken next. Over recent weeks, there has been a swirl of uncertainty, conflicting reports, and unsettling rumors circulating online. Now, clearer details are beginning to appear, and these details could directly influence your weekly income, your access to cost of living assistance, and your longer-term financial stability. Many people assume that once they are awarded pension credit or personal independence payment, nothing can change and everything will continue smoothly. Unfortunately, that assumption is risky. Some claimants will need to respond to new requirements. Others may face updated reviews or changes in eligibility rules. And still others might be missing out on financial support they should have been receiving all along simply because they were unaware of what they could claim. What makes this situation even more concerning is that many individuals will not receive clear advance warnings. Adjustments may be made quietly through letters, digital notifications, or scheduled reviews that people may overlook. Without a clear understanding of what these changes involve, you could easily find yourself confused, stressed, and blindsided if your payment amount shifts unexpectedly. This is why it is crucial to break this information down carefully and in plain language, so you can understand what is happening, who is affected, and what signs you need to watch for, especially if you are a pensioner, living with a disability, or caring for someone who is. This is not about creating fear. It is about staying informed, prepared, and protected. Once you fully understand what is changing around pension credit and personal independence payment, you will realize why so many people are calling these updates urgent. These new rules are not distant policies or theoretical discussions. They will influence real households, real people, and real budgets. For a long time, pension credit and personal independence payment have acted as essential lifelines for millions of individuals across the country. They are not optional extras or convenient add-ons. For countless people, these benefits are what allow them to manage the basics, remain stable, and maintain a sense of independence. Any hint of change naturally causes anxiety, and that anxiety is understandable. When rules shift even slightly, the effects can reach far beyond what people expect, especially for those already navigating tight budgets, rising costs, and ongoing health challenges. One of the biggest misunderstandings is the idea that once you are awarded pension credit or personal independence payment, your award is permanent and fixed. In reality, both benefits can be reviewed, adjusted, or reassessed. Policies change, criteria evolve, economic conditions shift, and as a result, benefits can be recalculated. None of this means that every person will lose support, but it does mean that keeping informed is vital. Letters may arrive using complex language that is easy to misinterpret. Digital messages may be overlooked or assumed to be unimportant. Missing or ignoring these notices can lead to unpleasant surprises. Pension credit in particular carries far more weight than many people realize. It does not simply provide an income top-up. In many cases, it opens the door to further support, including housing benefit, council tax reductions, cost of living payments, cold weather support, and in some circumstances, even help with health-related expenses. This means that changes to pension credit rules can have a cascading effect. A small shift in how income is assessed or calculated can affect eligibility for multiple forms of assistance, not just the pension credit payment itself. Personal independence payment is also undergoing important changes. This benefit is designed to help with the additional costs associated with long-term health conditions or disabilities. Reviews may now place greater emphasis on specific types of evidence, such as medical documentation or day-to-day functional difficulties. Adjustments to the assessment process may lead to more frequent reviews or more detailed questioning. These changes can feel intimidating, especially for those dealing with fluctuating conditions or individuals who find administrative tasks overwhelming. What worries many people is that these changes are not always widely announced. Sometimes they appear quietly in updated guidance for assessors or through subtle shifts in decision-making approaches. As a result, many individuals only realize something has changed when a payment suddenly looks different or when they receive a request for additional information they were not expecting. This kind of uncertainty adds stress to situations that are already challenging. Interactions between the two benefits also matter. A change involving personal independence payment can affect pension credit indirectly because certain components of personal independence payment can influence income thresholds and additional entitlements. Likewise, adjustments to pension credit rules can influence whether someone qualifies for certain types of exemptions or related assistance connected to personal independence payment. Understanding how the systems link together can prevent confusion and unnecessary fear. It is also important to recognize the emotional toll that these changes can create. Navigating financial insecurity is difficult enough. For older individuals or those managing long-term conditions, the added emotional strain of uncertain income can have a real impact on well-being. Having access to accurate, calm information reduces that pressure. Being informed allows people to regain a sense of control. In situations like this, knowledge truly is a form of protection. Some people assume that every rule change is designed to reduce support or to remove benefits. That is not always true. In some cases, changes are introduced to improve fairness, ensure consistency, or provide better targeting of assistance. Even so, positive changes can still create confusion if they are not properly understood. Assuming that everything will sort itself out without taking time to stay informed can lead to problems later on. Timing also plays a role. Not everyone will experience these changes at the same moment. Reviews and reassessments are staggered, meaning that some individuals may notice alterations sooner than others. This may lead to people hearing about friends or relatives receiving letters or experiencing changes while their own situation appears unaffected for the time being. That difference in timing can cause worry, even when no immediate action is required. Staying aware prevents misunderstandings. Official letters and notifications can be difficult to interpret. Some people may struggle with complex language, especially if English is not their first language, or if their health condition affects concentration. Others may simply feel overwhelmed by the amount of information or uncertain about what steps to take. This is why reading letters carefully, rereading them when necessary, and seeking help or clarification is so important. Setting them aside and hoping for the best can lead to missed deadlines or incorrect assumptions. Family members and carers often play a crucial role in helping people understand what they are being told. A trusted person can support with reading letters, gathering documents, or providing reassurance when something appears confusing. These changes do not only affect individuals receiving benefits, they affect support networks and families as well. Sharing information and communicating openly can prevent confusion and reduce unnecessary stress. Mistakes are another reality. Records may be incomplete, data may be outdated, decisions may be made using information that no longer reflects your circumstances. When rules change, the likelihood of administrative errors increases. Knowing your rights, keeping records, and being ready to question decisions when something seems incorrect can protect your entitlement. Evidence plays a key role, especially in personal independence payment. New or revised rules may require clearer medical information, more consistent documentation, or more detailed descriptions of how daily life is affected. People who understand exactly what assessors are looking for are better positioned to present accurate information. This reduces the chance of misunderstandings or decisions based on incomplete knowledge. Pension credit changes may involve shifts in savings limits, income assessments, or how different types of income are treated. Even small variations in calculation methods can influence eligibility and payment amounts. Keeping your information accurate and updated is essential, particularly if your circumstances shift due to changes in savings, household composition, or income. It is easy to feel overwhelmed by the idea of shifting rules, but panic is never the answer. Most changes do not take effect overnight, and transitions often allow time to adjust. Being proactive, staying organized, and keeping informed place you in the strongest position. Speculation online can magnify fear, and seeing someone else's experience does not automatically mean the same outcome will apply to you. Claims are individual, and circumstances differ widely. Organizing your paperwork can make a tremendous difference. Keeping copies of letters, notes from phone calls, and records of changes reported will help you respond effectively if questions arise later. When rules evolve, having clear documentation reduces stress and strengthens your ability to challenge mistakes. There is also a broader context behind these changes. Benefit systems adapt to economic pressure, demographic shifts, and political priorities. Understanding this wider picture may not make the experience easier, but it helps explain why updates occur and why staying informed is so important. Being aware of national changes allows individuals to prepare emotionally and practically. As these updates progress, it is natural to wonder whether you are affected, whether action is required, and whether your payments will change. Instead of responding with fear, responding with clarity and information helps prevent bigger issues later on. The more you understand, the more confident you become. If you help care for someone else, whether a parent, a partner, or a friend, your awareness is equally important. Encouraging them to open letters, assisting them with forms, or simply offering to sit beside them while they read information can make a meaningful difference. Support is not always financial. Sometimes the most valuable support is reassurance, patience, and guidance. Staying informed is not about constant worry. It is about being prepared. It is about knowing when to ask questions, what to watch for, and how to protect your entitlement. These changes matter deeply because they influence independence, dignity, and daily life. Understanding them allows you to maintain control even during uncertain times. If this clearer explanation is helping you feel more aware and less stressed, then sharing that awareness with others could genuinely help them avoid confusion or unnecessary fear. Many individuals have no idea what is changing or where to find reliable information, and they rely on those who are better informed to guide them. Take a moment to reflect on how important it is that accurate information reaches those who need it. Clarity can prevent panic. Awareness can protect finances. Understanding can reduce anxiety. And staying involved ensures that you are always one step ahead of changes that could influence your stability and well-being.